Welcome guys, I'm Brad Browning, and this video is all about the 30-day no contact rule. And more specifically, how using no contact on your ex after a breakup affects them psychologically. So if you're in the middle of no contact right now, or you're thinking about starting a period of no contact in order to help win back your ex, or even if you've already finished no contact and you're just curious about what's going on inside your ex's head right now, well, this is the video for you. Before I begin, if this is your first time on my channel, welcome. As I said, I'm Brad Browning, aka Breakup Brad, and I'm a breakup coach and best-selling author from Vancouver, Canada. And for over 13 years now, I've been helping tens of thousands of people like you get a second chance with their ex. So if you want your ex back and you need proven tips and advice to help you make that happen, please subscribe to my channel and visit my website, breakupbrad.com, for more free tutorial videos. Now, let's talk about how the no contact strategy taps into your ex's brain and reprograms their psychology. Let's start with a simple one. Now, when you employ a period of no contact after breaking up, even if it's not for a few weeks or even months after the initial breakup, it's almost always going to be unexpected and surprising for your ex. They're not going to be expecting you to simply drop off the face of the earth. Now, I know you might think to yourself, well, Brad, my ex is different. And it is true that everyone is different, but in my experience, your ex is almost certainly not going to be expecting you to go full no contact on them. Now, why does this matter? Well, it matters because anything you do that your ex is not expecting after a breakup is going to cause them to have some doubts and second thoughts. Now, if your breakup was really ugly, if it ended with your ex telling you, never to contact them again, then the effect is going to be less than if your breakup was mutual or very friendly and free of drama. But either way, to some extent, simply by doing the unexpected, your ex will be forced to question their decision. They'll realize that the way they imagined your breakup playing out may not be accurate after all. Now again, this isn't always going to have a big impact on your chances of getting them back by itself, but anytime you can shatter your ex's expectations and show them a different side of you, it's going to plant a seed of doubt in the back of their mind and make them less confident about the idea of breaking up. Okay, now this is a big one of the biggest in fact, at least in terms of what no contact does to your ex psychologically. So by quickly and completely shutting down all communication with your ex, especially if you engage in no contact fairly soon after the breakup, you're essentially giving your ex the cold turkey shock treatment. They're forced to experience the full impact of breaking up suddenly and completely without any time to slowly learn to live without you. They probably knew that breaking up meant that you were going to be around less often and slowly fade out of their day-to-day routine, but most people don't imagine a breakup being immediate and total. So I really can't understate how big of an impact this can have on your ex's emotion and overall attitude towards breaking up. So by dropping off their radar entirely, by being inaccessible, and ensuring you're not around to slowly fade out of their life as they get used to seeing and talking to you less and less often, you're hitting them with an emotional bombshell that they probably weren't expecting. Now, if this sounds harsh and almost cruel, I guess it is to some degree. It's basically like forcing your ex to experience the worst possible post-breakup emotions and heartache. But if your ex dumped you, or even if it was mutual, it's not unreasonable to shut down the communication with them for a while. No one can reasonably expect their ex to act like nothing has changed after a breakup, and it's definitely not unfair to go cold turkey on your ex by engaging in no contact, even though it will be more painful for your ex than if you, of course, continue to talk with them regularly. And quite frankly, this is the point. Going no contact will cause your ex maximum post-breakup heartache. It's going to be harder for them than if you just hang around and continue to be their friend, text them constantly, or allow yourself to remain a big part of their life. Now, if you want your ex back, if you're serious about ensuring that you get a second chance with this person, then you need to use no contact to give your ex this kind of cold turkey, maximum heartache breakup experience. Again, as cruel as this sounds, this is going to ensure that your ex misses you like crazy. It ensures that you won't fall into the friend zone trap or hang around as your ex's backup plan while they test out the single life. And basically, it's the only truly effective way to ensure that your ex has a tough time dealing with the breakup. Now, let's change direction a bit here because there's another way that no contact will affect your ex psychologically. It'll prevent you from saying or doing something in the heat of the moment that you're going to regret or that will hurt your chances of getting them back. Now, you might say that this isn't really affecting your ex's brain or how they feel about your breakup, but it does. Because in my 13 years as a breakup coach, I've worked with over 130,000 clients in situations just like yours during that time, and I've seen how often people unknowingly say or do something that destroys their chances without them even realizing it. So by employing no contact, you give yourself a period of time to cool off, think things through, formulate a plan, and just generally ensure that you never make a mistake that will cause your ex to further lose attraction for you or further cement their belief that breaking up was the right choice. So in other words, by not letting yourself accidentally say something that will ruin your shot, you're ensuring that you don't do further damage to your ex's opinion of you or give them any reasons to believe that they've definitely made the right choice. Now, if you're wondering where you stand with your ex right now, if you're wondering whether you've maybe already made mistakes that might have hurt your chances or blown your shot for good, please take 5 minutes to complete my free quiz at breakupbrad.com/quiz. Just answer a few simple questions about your situation and your ex, and then you'll get a detailed results report showing your current chances of successfully getting back together. Again, it's completely free and just takes a few minutes, so go to breakupbrad.com/quiz to try it out. Okay, moving on to another way that no contact can rewire your ex's brain, and that is by creating mystery and leaving them wondering. Now, this is honestly basically as simple as it sounds. By not talking to your ex, they'll have no idea what you're up to or why you've gone quiet all of a sudden. Even if you have to break no contact for some reason, as long as you don't get into any meaningful discussions with your ex during the no contact phase, they're going to quickly start wondering what's going on with you. And by the way, if you do need to break no contact, or if you think you need to anyway, and you want to know more about when it's okay to break no contact or how to handle any unavoidable encounters with your ex, check out the related video links that I put in the description box below to a couple of my past videos that cover that exact topic. I do understand that sometimes you can't fully engage in no contact or you have to speak to your ex for some reason, so be sure you know when and when not to do so by watching those videos after this one. Again, I'll put links to both of them in the description below. Anyway, back to the topic here of mystery and intrigue. Now this is, as I said, something that no contact fosters in the back of your ex's mind. Within a few days of not hearing from you, it's almost certain that they'll start to wonder what's going on with you and what you're up to. Usually by the halfway point of your no contact period, a couple weeks after you start, they're going to begin to formulate possible explanations as to what you're up to in their mind. And they'll quickly start fearing the worst. Is my ex already seeing somebody new? Did they not love me as much as I'd thought? What if they've already moved on, even though I'm still sitting here trying to get over them? And most importantly, they'll start to worry that they'll soon lose you for good. Now, your ex might be an intelligent, rational person and tell themselves not to fear the worst, but honestly, most people can't help but worry and can't help but feel, a sense of urgency and panic, not knowing why you've dropped off their radar and what you've been up to. And trust me, this kind of urgency and worry is ideal if you want to get them back. And in a lot of cases, it can lead your ex to change their mind and ask for you back on its own. Just the fear of potentially losing you for good before they've had a chance to come to grips with life without you, or before they're ready to fully commit to a permanent breakup, is a huge factor in getting them to rethink the breakup and take you back. And again, even if your ex is particularly strong-willed, doesn't cave into the sense of urgency, no contact will still lead them to wonder what you're up to and how you've managed to just disappear. It'll force them to think of worst-case scenarios where you're already dating somebody new, and it'll put you at the top of their mind for large parts of their day. And really, the more your ex is thinking about you, wondering what's going on with you, and wishing they knew how you were feeling, the better it is for your chances of getting them back. Now, please, before you sigh and think that this is just filler or meaningless, hear me out. Because the time you spend apart from your ex during no contact is critical to how things go with your ex once you restart connecting with them again. And I've said this many times in my past videos, so I won't labor the point again, but you have to use no contact productively. You can't just spend the full month ignoring your ex, sitting at home on your couch, counting down the days. You need to find it within yourself to use the time to be productive, bolster your social life, work towards your life goals, and honestly just generally do fun and interesting stuff. Now, how can this help rewire your ex's brain and make them want you back? Well, once you start talking to your ex again after no contact, or even if they hear about it through mutual friends or your social media posts, just being busy, social, and productive is going to give you plenty of things to talk about with your ex. It's going to make you appear like you're thriving, like the breakup hasn't really affected you. Or better yet, that it's been a kick in the butt that led you to do things that you've been planning on for some time. In other words, you'll have plenty of cool stuff to tell your ex about, you'll sound like you've been busy living an awesome life while you were in no contact, and you'll appear confident and successful, which is usually the opposite of what your ex is going to be expecting. Now, I could keep going on about why no contact can help you change your ex's mind after the 30 days are up, but I will leave it there for now. Just remember that what you do during no contact can greatly affect how your ex perceives you after it's over. And this, of course, is another way that it helps you end up back together. Now, let's move on to the final way that no contact affects your ex psychologically. Of the 6 things that I've covered in this video, this final one is the most important and the most impactful when it comes to getting your ex back. Nothing, and I really mean that in a literal sense, nothing will make your ex miss you more than disappearing from their life entirely for a month or so. See, a lot of people worry that no contact will give their ex time to move on, time to get over them. And I totally understand that concern. It makes sense, at least on the surface. But this really is a completely backwards way of thinking about things. Instead, you should be asking yourself, what can I do in 30 days to make my ex miss me and think about me more than disappearing? And if you think about it that way, you'll realize that no contact is by far the best way to make your ex wish you were still around, to make them think about you, long for you, and focus on the positive things that you brought to their life when you were still together. After all, if you suddenly and unexpectedly lose something or someone from your life, if I suddenly took away your iPhone or your laptop or your TV, something you take for granted and use every day, you're going to miss it a lot more than if I slowly and gradually faded that thing away from your daily life, right? Well, the same goes for your ex. You can't do anything more to make them miss you than simply to vanish from their life as suddenly and completely as reasonably possible. And in my decades of experience as a breakup coach, I've seen this thousands of times. One of my clients employs a period of no contact, and within weeks or even days, their ex does a 180-degree turn in their attitude, and the sudden loss that they feel as a result of no contact makes them miss their ex so badly that they just cave in and beg for another chance. Will this happen for you? I can't guarantee it, but it's definitely a possibility, at least if your situation isn't too dire and you handle things correctly. But regardless of what happens, engaging in no contact will ensure that you're making your ex miss you as much as humanly possible. And not only that, it also taps into another aspect of human psychology, which is our hardwired tendency to forget and let go of negative memories and focus on happy, nostalgic ones. So the longer you're apart during no contact, the more likely it is they'll forget about your flaws and the reasons they wanted to break up, the more they'll focus on the best parts of your relationship and your character, and they're going to become nostalgic. And by the end of your period of no contact, they'll probably care far, far less about their original reasons for the breakup. They'll forget about many of the little things you did or the problems that plagued your old relationship. And instead, they're going to be thinking about all the good stuff that you brought to their life and wishing that they could have that back again. Now, if you need my personal ongoing help to ensure that you use no contact correctly, to help you answer any what-if questions that arise as you work towards getting your ex to take you back, please visit breakupbrad.com/coaching and sign up for my one-on-one coaching program today. I'll take the time to learn about the details of your unique situation, about your ex, and we'll work out a plan together that will lead you to getting them back and starting over in a new and happier relationship. Again, you can get all the details and sign up today at breakupbrad.com/coaching. Okay guys, that's 6 ways that the no contact strategy will affect your ex's brain and change how they think about you and your potential future together. Hope you found this helpful, and I hope you now have a better idea about what goes on inside your ex's brain when you employ a period of no contact. Please trust in the proven effectiveness of no contact and find the strength to stick it out even when it feels impossible. I promise you can get through it. You will be maximizing your shot at getting your ex back, and you probably will end up back together sooner than later. Don't forget to take my free quiz at breakupbrad.com/quiz right now to get a better idea of your current chances, and click the related video links in the description below to learn more about using no contact properly. That's it for now. Thanks so much for your likes and subscribes. Thanks for watching to the end, guys, and best of luck out there.